What's up, people? My name's Darksmoka. I'll be your host for this evening. I've just started the stream a little bit early. Excuse me. Just to sort of show you this car. I've thrown a livery on. I'm not the best at liveries, but I've thrown it on anyway. So this is the car I'll be using for MRC's GTTCC season coming up in 2 weeks' time. As you can see, it's got the MRC logos, darksmoka channel logo, Caterpillar logos, because that's my team for the year. But it's also covered in the KIKA logos. So the KIKA is the charity we're doing a 6-hour charity race for. It will be GR3s. I think it's a mix of cars now, actually. I think they've turned it to a mix of cars, and it's almost like an open lobby. So any cars can join, and it's not going to be a race as such. I think they're going to keep it in quali format, so people can come and go. If they get disconnected, they can rejoin rather than being booted out for good. So yes, this race will be held on the 3rd of August, I believe at 5 PM UK time, across several different groups. So there's MRC, who I race for, there's NXTGEN, who I'm commentating for tonight, there is WR Racing from Holland, and DC Racing, I believe they're from Holland as well. And it's going to be across Gran Turismo and Project Cars 2 as well. So should be a real good bunch of lobbies open for this race on the 3rd of August. Make sure you stay tuned to get more information about that. More information is coming in throughout the day. There will be links in description to the charity. There will be links in description to NXT GEN Racing as well. I'll try and stick the link in for the GoFundMe page, or Just Giving. I can't remember which one it is now. I always forget that. But one of those will be in the link. So make sure you go click. Make sure you go subscribe. It's a children's cancer charity. It's a Dutch charity. Some of the Dutch guys from MRC have asked us if we want to get involved, and obviously we've happily said yes. So make sure you stick around, watch the race, and get yourself over to the website or the donation page and get your wallets out. These guys do a lot of work for the kids. It's research and care. It's not just the research. It's a lot about just making their lives easier and let them have fun. So the charity logos there are the pair of handprints, which I've bashed down the side, the big orange KIKA logo on the side there, and you can't quite see them from this angle on the bonnet. I've got the KIKA logos as well, but the handprints are one of the main part of their logo, so I thought I'd utilise that down there. Being as it's kids, I thought, and the fact that I'm sponsored by Caterpillar this season, not sponsored, but that's my team for the season, I thought I'd stick some diggers on there, because kids always love diggers, and the diggers are for the kids. Honest, they're not for me, I promise. So I'm going to leave this now. I'm going to go and find this lobby, and we are going to commentate over NXTGEN's VLN race live from the Nurburgring. So let's leave this. Let's go find this lobby. Evening watchers, I hope you can hear me. Give me a shout, let me know. Let's find this lobby then, shall we? So this is round 3. I commentated on round 2 last week. I'm waiting for updated standings, so I can't give you any information on scores. And I'm also waiting for round 1 to be uploaded as well, so I can do a bit of commentary over that. So we'll have to see how many guys are in the lobby tonight. We had a week off last week due to apparently all the Dutch guys wanted to watch the Formula 1. I'm blaming you, Dragon Eagle. So you'll just have to let me know whether you can hear me or not. I don't know whether the sound's coming through properly. Yeah, no, forget that. I've just double checked it's working. So we will be jumping into a 20-minute qualification for this race and then onto a 40-minute race. So Bop is on. It's a mix of GR3 and GR4 cars. They will start with 1 lap of fuel. Makes it a little bit awkward for them. Let's stick some info on for you guys. So not many in the lobby at the minute. So we'll jump up, we'll keep our eye on Dart Ralph, who for some reason I had a tendency to call Dirt Ralph last week. Apologies for that, my friend. So what I've not done is caught up with me write-ups. Cheers, Chris, and cheers, Bob. Good to see you both. Bob, I've made a little video for the livery thing. It's only a screenshot video of the car rotating. I don't know if that's going to make it any better for you. I'll send you it and you can use it or not. It's entirely up to you. So Bob is in the room. Evening, Bob. Dark Ralph testing out the driftability of the Audi there. So my mate Dragon Eagle also rolling in a KIKA liveried car. We'll spend a bit of time looking at this. So it's Dragon Eagle is one of the guys who has been instrumental in setting up this 6-hour charity event across the MRC and Next Gen groups. I think he's been a little overwhelmed with the support and help he's had sent his way, but not a problem, mate. So you can see the orange and purple of the KIKA logo all over Dragon Eagle's car. And the big splodgy handprints. And never give up on the number plate, I like that. I'll have to find out where he's had that and steal that myself. Had a little race with Dragon Eagle early in the GR4s, a bit of practice for the upcoming GTTCC season. It was good. I didn't do too well, but it was a good bit of racing. I don't think we're into qualifying yet. I think just waiting for a few more people to turn up before they actually switch the lobby settings over. Yeah, will do, Bobby. Stop talking to me and get on with your race. So this course is the 24-hour Nurburgring, so it is the GP course and the Nordschleife as well. That's what I didn't do this week, is download a track map. So I don't know the corners too well at the Nurburgring. I know them when I drive them, but I couldn't tell you what any of them are called. I do like the Nordschleife. So only 5 guys in the lobby at the minute. It's not a good show. Yeah, so when race starts, they do start with only 25 litres of fuel, which is just about 1 lap, depending how you drive your car. Tyres and fuel will be on ×3. There's no tuning on this. Bop is on, that's balance of power, so all the cars are very similar in their performance. So I like this track in the GR3 Mercedes, only because it's the only car I've ever really driven around here in anger. It's the time trial thing that me and the lads put on. So I know this track pretty well. So we will just, oh, looks like room settings have changed, so I'll have to leave this lobby while they just sort this out. So there's a few more in the room now. I don't know whether they're all NGR members. Dragon Eagle is, but Huben, MB512 is, Dark Ralph is, I don't know about Raving Bonkers, and F124 is. So the guy's out on track. F124 just reminding everyone that they only start with 25 litres, so watch your first lap. Qualifying hasn't started yet. So we will have to keep our eye on tyres and fuel throughout the course of the race. We'll just flick through and see what people are on at the minute. So Dark Ralph is on mediums, MB512 is on softs, VLX Bobby is also on softs, as is Dragon Eagle, as is Bert Huben. Yeah, so I was in a lobby with Dragon Eagle and VLX Bobby about an hour ago, just practicing for the GR4 league coming up. Both real clean racers. So I think we're just waiting for the guys to click go on the race. Yes, all ready. Let me just reply to him. Too late. We're in. So just waiting for the lobby settings to change and load up. There's a mix of nationalities in here tonight. 2 Dutch. Is Bert Huben a German? Did we have this discussion last week? Did we decide he was Belgian? Was that during the GR3 race on Wednesday? Who knows? So we are into quali now then. The guy's just leaving the pits. Jump up to the front man, Bert Huben. So they are on out laps, so no hot laps, no lap times at the minute. Start of the race might be delayed 10 minutes due to the quali being delayed 10 minutes. So 7 in the lobby now, maybe 8 if David's racing. I don't know if he's part of this group or not. I've not seen him in the lineup of drivers, so nor Dirty Pipette either. So do you think these guys are just randomly joining the lobby, hoping for a bit of a race? Let's hope they're clean if they stay. If they're not part of NGR, they're going to have no idea they're being live streamed right now. So it takes about 7 or 8 minutes to get around this track with the GP course bolted on the side as well. About 6.5 minutes without the GP course. 6.5 minutes in a GR3 car for me anyway, about 7 minutes in a GR4, about 8.5 I think with the GP as well. So I did have somewhere, just give me 2 seconds people, a track map of the GP course, but I guarantee I can't find the damn thing now. No, Suzuka, Brands Hatch and Mount Paramount. Great. I've got a map of the GP course, yeah, not the Nordschleife though, unfortunately. So for 3/4 of the race, you're just going to hear me saying round the corner. Whereas the GP course, I've actually got corner names. So I am just going to share this race on the Next Gen page. I'll just flick to someone else for a minute. So Bert Hooban, Dirt Ralph right behind Bert Hooban, really. A couple of corners back. F124 in his BMW, changed his livery this week, I think. Don't believe he was that colour last week. So just post that to the NGR page. So F124 taking that in second, okay, and this one. This is usually a 3rd gear corner for me. And heading up to what we commonly call Kleebert corner. F124 getting that just right. 2 wheels on the outside when leaving. A difficult corner to get right. MB512. So again, still nobody with a hot lap at the minute. Let's go and have a look at Raving Bonkers, see how he's getting on. He's not spinning around in the muck yet. KIKA logoed Audi of Dragon Eagle 81. So I don't know who did his livery for him. I'm not sure if he did it himself, but real good job on that. Oh, he's got the split paint, the split colour. I do like it. Stands out a mile. Let's just jump back to VLX Bobby. Driving the Lamborghini. Has been having some trouble with the Lamborghini in the Next Gen versus MRC team versus team race. Seems to have gained control of the beast round here though. Simba 2009 driving the Mustang. I've got these 2 unknown drivers just sitting in the pits, probably just waiting for the race to start. So we'll jump back up to Dark Ralph, who's managed to overtake Bert Huben, so he's in top spot at the minute for the start of the race. Oh, we just see Bert Huben going wide there a little bit on the grass. So the racing softs and the mediums holding out about the same wear-wise. Very little wear on both. So Dark Ralph coming onto the back straight now. It's about a minute from that line there up to the start-finish line. So it looks like it's just going to be GR3 cars tonight, people. Not enough people in the lobby for a mix of GR3s and GR4s, unfortunately. So we will start to see lap times in about 20 seconds. See what Dark Ralph does on his first. So 8:27 was a pit lap, but Huben with an 8:33. So just wait for F124 and the rest of the guys. Let's hope we get no connection issues tonight. There was issues with the lobbies throughout the week on Thursday. Nobody could get online, which caused some problems. Big Bad Buddha's joined the room. I believe he was one of last week's racers. I could be lying. I've not got it written down there. No Prosser tonight. There's a few of the other guys missing as well. Just going to jump into the messenger and try and see who that is. Let's have a look who's missing. So Dark Ralph we've got. So 9:03 for F124 then. 9:19 for Raving Bonkers. 9:34 for MB512. Dragon Eagle with a 9:15. Simba still yet to put a hot lap in. VLX Bobby's deciding he's going to have a go with the Porsche. New driver. So I think these guys have just joined the lobby in hope of a good race. NGR Cutler, there's no NGR Cutler in the lobby yet. No. Bert Huben's here, Dragon Eagle's here, Prosser's not here, Joe Winner's not here. Where have you all gone, boys? So F124, he's here. Let's see how VLX Bobby's getting on in the Porsche. Still getting it a little bit wide there, Bobby. So this will actually be their flying lap. The first lap was an out lap from the pits. "11 minutes into this session. As I say, I don't know whether it'll be a full 20 minutes or whether they'll just try and get one lap out of the way to sort out the the race positions and go from there. It's a shame there's a few drivers missing. This is a real long course. It's going to be very spread out if there's not many drivers in the league. Does sound good, the Audi. So Potter McPot's joined the room. Let's see if he decides to race. Potter McPot is an MRC driver along with VLX Bobby. VLX Bobby was probably someone else last week with MRC Bobby or something. He does like to change his name quite a lot. Also sounds good as that BMW. So I have noticed that the Dutch guys are one of the cleaner nations to race. No offence to some of the others, but certain nations I'd rather avoid. I won't get into a slagging match. I think we all know who they are. But yeah, I've not come across any dirty Dutch drivers. So we've got Dart Ralph, MB512 and Dragon Eagle holding down the Dutch side tonight. Simba from Germany and Bert Huben from Belgium, I believe. I'm going to get corrected on that. So there are 14 guys in this lobby now, so if they decide to start the race now, it should be quite a full lobby. So this is the actual car I raced around the Nurburgring, and it's usually sitting in that man's rig. So Potter McPot, also a good friend off the sim racing, not just on it. He's the guy that actually got me into it, pushed me towards joining MRC. I'm not saying I'm a great driver, because I'm not, but he's helped me out along the way, so big shout to Potter for that. We'll just jump up to the front man, see whereabouts they are. So Dart Ralph holding a 1 second penalty. Nothing that he shouldn't be able to clear before the end of the lap. But he has got 6 seconds on Bert Huben, who we just see spinning off there. So Dart Ralph turning the last couple of corners onto the back straight. We'll have to see whether they use these laps as their quali laps. I'd have thought so. They're not gonna get another one in before the qualification time's over. Should only be 20 minutes. So tyres looking a bit more battered on this run from Dart Ralph. Soft still holding out pretty well of Bert Huben and F124. So we'll just flick through the order, see if we see anyone spinning off or having a bit of a battle during this qualifying session. So a lot of these guys not actually managing to put a quali time in, I don't think, being as they've only just joined the lobbies. So Vince KZ2, Haas, Pablo, Potomac Pot, and M. Ferrer, Dilip Pipit, and Nasa Della. No qualification times from them, so a full lobby at the minute. 16 including myself. So Dark Ralph's pulled over, he's obviously happy with his lap, an 8:19. 8:21 for F124, but Huben with an 8:56. So we'll just watch Raving Bonkers come across the line. With an 8:29. Oh. So 8:56, so MB512 now with the fastest with an 8:18.5. Playing with the handbrake. Dragon Eagle on the back straight, again with the KIKA logo. You will hear me mentioning it a lot during this race and any other time I see it, and pretty much any other time I'm online. We'll be streaming this race live for 6 hours, myself and Potomac Pot. So make sure you subscribe and listen out for that. If you like what you're seeing here, like the video. There will be links in description to the NXT GEN Racing page and the KIKA Foundation, as well as the KIKA donation page as well. So go and give those a click, give them a like, all the rest of it, you know what to do. So it's a 9:08 for Dragon Eagle there, but that's only put him in 5th. That's 8 something for the top guys, wasn't it? That's right, 8:18 for the top guys. So wait for these last few guys to come round, put some kind of lap in. Or BLX Bobby, let's flick off you, mate. So Raving Bonkers has left the room. I don't know why, put in a good time. We just hit, see Pablo getting it a bit wrong there into the wall. Again, very difficult course if you don't know it. So Potomac Pot looks like he's had a couple of moments into the wall there. Surprising really, he does know this track like the back of his hand. I do believe he's used to racing on super softs for the lap times that we do for the time trial, so the softs must be a little bit different for him. He does know his lines though, Potter. Like myself, we've driven this track for about 2-3 years, just the Nordschleife, just with the time trial. Just try and beat each other's times. So he should be good round here, old Potomac Pot. Not saying the other guys aren't, but I know Potter's a bit of a weapon around here. 10 seconds quicker than me he is. I can't seem to chew any time out of him. So we will just stick with Potter. It's only him and M. Ferrer left to cross the line really. We have got Pablo up back straight now. Braking hard into these. Not too early on the power, otherwise you lose it around that one. So Pablo not actually putting in a hot lap because that was his out lap. It's going to be the same for Potomac Pot and the same for M. Ferrer. So race is going to start in 2 minutes. So I don't know whether you've seen the DAE logo on the back of Potter McPot's car there on the right hand side. Might be a bit scratched up now. That's the other league I comment for on Wednesdays. I also commentate over P1 Race Community's Super Formula races on Thursdays as well. So it's the Next Gen versus MRC races on Wednesdays. That's the team versus team event. P1 Super Formula races on Thursdays. And then this on Sundays at the minute, with the GT TCC starting in 2 weeks' time as well. So I'm online quite a lot at the minute. So we're onto the GP course now. I see Potter heading down towards Dunlop. Not towards the Schumacher S's. Like I say, I've got corners for this track, but not the Nordschleife, unfortunately. So 1 more minute left of quali. So a lot of the guys just hanging around, waiting for that to start. Also sounding good is the Porsche. So two Dutch guys in first and second at the minute. F124 in third, just going to flick through the order. Simba in fourth, Huben in fifth, Dragon Eagle in sixth, VLX Bobby trying his luck, trying to get one more lap in. He's currently in seventh. Vince 558 in eighth, Potter McPot in ninth, Pablo in 10th. So race will start in 10 seconds. M. Ferret in 11th, Durley Pippet in 12th, and Nasser in 13th, and KZ2 in 14th. I think I'm one missing from there as well. Right, so off the line, MB in first place, Dark Ralph in second, F124 in third, Simba in fourth, and they're off. So good start there by Bert Huben, diving down, making up a place. F124 trying to cut him off. So Bert Huben up into second at the minute, around the outside of Dark Ralph. Oh, so Potter McPot going a little bit hot, causing a bit of chaos. Dark Ralph, Bert Huben spinning all the way around. So Dark Ralph managed to get off to a good start, made a bit of a gap over F124, 1.2 seconds. Pablo's closing him down though, 0.2 of a second. Oh, he's gone around the inside of him there. So a nice little manoeuvre from Pablo. He's gone wide there though, only span out. So he was dropping down the order now, Pablo down to 7th, if not further. So Nasser going down the inside of F124 and making the move stick into Dunlop and up towards the Schumacher S's. So VLX Bobby looking to go down the inside of Vins as well. It looks like he's made that place stick. It could be side by side coming up there. Nope, VLX Bobby made the place. That's so Ferrer going down the inside of Vins, not quite making that one though. So we'll jump back up to the guys at the front. So Dark Ralph pulled out 2.1 on Nasser now, who's managed to get past F124. So the Citroen going well round here. It is a bit of a beastly looking car, 7 gears. It's got just over a second between him and 124, F124. Just put some info on. I don't know why that's not come up. There you go. So as they head out to the Nordschleife now. Oh, we just see Nacer getting his wheel on the grass there and spinning it round. Oh, that's this lap done. Down into 6. He's probably going to lose a couple more places into these next couple of corners through lack of speed. Oh, we just catch who was that now? KZ2 spinning round, losing it in the S's there. Potter McPot coming up, taking that place, so Potter into 10th. Bert Huben all the way at the back after his incident into the second corner. MB512 in 13th. And Durley Pipette, I don't know why, I think he's given up on this race. So we jump back up to Dark Ralph, who's pulled 4 seconds out on F124. So F124 manages to get back into second after Nacer's spin. Vince has got past Bobby as well again, but Bobby's not letting him go. And they've got Ferrer right behind him. Oh, Vin's just getting it wide there onto the gravel. So losing 3 places there to Vin's has, down to 6. Down to 7th now. Pablo taking that place. So unfortunate for Vin's. Simba in 8th, holding 0.4 of a second. He has got Dragon Eagle chasing him pretty quickly as well. Extending that gap a little bit though is Simba. Oh, we just see Dragon Eagle going wide there as well. And taking out Potter McPot. So Potter McPot up into 9th through that incident. So damage is on. So if you look at Potter McPot's car there in the bottom left-hand corner, engine, gearbox, transmission damage and front end damage. So that's going to be slowing him down. They will have to pit after this first lap. They have only got 25 litres of fuel. So depending on how you drive these cars, you may run out of fuel. Happened in the last round 2. 2 of the guys, well, literally the whole back straight, they had no fuel and they had to run on tick over coming up there. So 5 seconds out in front now. So Nacer managing to get back up into second, taking the place back off VLX Bobby, F124, Vins and Pablo. So a bit of driving from Nacer there. And Vins has left the room as well, unfortunate. Bert Huben's left the room as well. The Dark Ralph, his gap's been shortened a little bit, down to 3.5 seconds now. Nacer looks like he's having a good drive in that Citroen. F124, 2 seconds back. We just see him getting his wheels on the grass. You've got to be careful. That's enough to get the back end of these things all loose. So VLX Bobby up into 4th, staying ahead of Emfera. We have just had Vins leave the room, so guys have made up a place from that. So Simba's managed to take Emfera then. We see Emfera spinning round. Potter McPot taking advantage up into 7th. MB512 as well. So it's looking like Emfera might be having some connection issues. And again, the KIKA logoed Audi of Dragon Eagle there. If you watch the start of the stream, you'll see my car that I've liveried up for the GTT CC season coming up in 2 weeks' time. I'm not the greatest at liveries. I'm not the greatest at racing, but I'll give it a go. Yeah, the KIKA logos are for a Dutch charity that we're holding a 6-hour endurance race for. So there will be links in the description, so make sure you go check them out. Well, Nacer leave the room as well now. That's a shame. He was running in second, looking like having a good race as well. To Durley Pipette. Who knows what's going on with Durley Pipette? And Farah down to 9th now after his spin. KZ2 going a bit slowly, I don't know why that is. I does have damage to the back of his car, but oh, he's out of fuel. So I don't know why he's run out of fuel quite so early in the lap. So all the guys pretty much low on fuel now, some more than others. So Dark Ralph, he's got hardly any fuel. F124's doing better on his fuel than Dart. VLX Bobby, again, not quite as much as 124. So Simba might struggle this lap as well. Pablo's out of fuel. Potter McPot looking like he probably should make it. He's holding 0.4 of a second though, but that shouldn't affect him. So yeah, Pablo pretty much out of fuel. MB512 looks like he should make it. M Ferrer again should make it. Dragon Eagle, plenty of fuel. Yeah, KZ Haas completely out of fuel, and yeah, this random thing going on here. So Dark Ralph onto the back street. F124 has caught him up though, down to under a second now. So they will have to dive into the pits this lap for fuel at least. I would have thought they'd chuck tyres on as well. So I don't know what happened to looked like F24, 124 didn't make the pits, but he's in. VLX Bobby's in. Up into third now, VLX Bobby. What's going on? Why it's all jumping around? So it's currently holding F124 in first, but he came in behind Dark Ralph. So I think it's just probably pit position, yeah. So Dark Ralph coming out in front. Not a big gap though. So F124 taking the wide line to try and get a better run out of these two corners. Let's see how that does for him. It's looking good. That gap coming down slowly. Maybe not quite able to do it on these corners. As they head down the hill into towards Dunlop. So going a bit wide there, F124. Just give him a better run out the corner though. Closing that gap a little bit to Dark Ralph. It's got 13 seconds between him and VLX Bobby, so nothing to worry about from behind. Potter McPot up into 5th after the stop, so Simba managed to get out just in front of him even though he was out of fuel. I think most guys have dived onto the soft tyres. So Potter having a good race up into 5th. Now Pablo's left the room. So Dark Ralph still being hounded by 124. As they drop into the Nordschleife off the GP track. Into this first corner. Sliding it around there a little bit, Dark Ralph. It's going to give F124 a bit of a run. Difficult to overtake round here though. It's quite a thin track. Very off camber, a lot of bumps. I think I said it on a race before, you've got to know what to hit, what not to hit. Evening CJ, how you doing my friend? Yeah, it is a close race for first, it is. We've got VLX Bobby in here as well, and Potter McPot, so we'll have to see how they do. And Dragon Eagle at 81 as well. So keeping the gap consistent is F124. Just losing a little bit of time around that first couple of corners. So holding a bit more fuel is F124. That will benefit him. Evening, Stewie Mac. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you again. So VLX Bobby closed the gap by half a second. I don't think that's going to benefit him too much yet. But Potomac Pop managing to get past Simba. But he is 20 seconds back from VLX Bobby. I doubt very much he'll be able to claw that back. But this is the weapon known as Potter, and like I say, he's pretty damn good around this track. So he's been hounded pretty closely by MB512 and Simba. MB512 getting past Simba also. Just jump back up to the front. Oh, and F124's got past Dark Ralph now. Sorry, I missed that. And now he's got about half a second lead. So I don't know whether Dark Ralph had a bit of a moment, but losing the place to F124 now. Yeah, you get yourself on the Nords, mate. If you don't know it, you need to get the laps in. It's a difficult track. So with his lap times you're looking for, CJ, it's about 6.5 minutes for GT3s around here, just the Nordschleife. Just under 7 minutes for a GT4. So the fastest time I've seen, which is Potomac Pot, I've seen, so he's a 6:24 something. I'm currently a 6:34, so crack on, mate. I love this track. I absolutely adore it. It's absolute balls to the wall. Once you've got it nailed, once you know the corners and know the bumps and lumps and curbs, it's absolute balls out. It's great. Anyway, let's stop talking about that. So F124 now pulling 1.8 seconds over Dark Ralph. VLX Bobby has closed that gap up though, down to 10 seconds now. Ah, yes, it's Nordschleife this week for the NXTGEN versus MRC team versus team race, isn't it? So 50-minute endurance around here. Oh, so we see Dark Ralph just spinning off there. Ah, yeah, you can't give it too much gas on the grass. You're just going to lose it. So, so unfortunate. VLX Bobby is catching him as he unghosts, I think, out of that corner. So MB512 now past Potomac Pot. Looks like they've had a moment because they are now 30 seconds back from Dark Ralph and VLX Bobby. So he's pulling a gap out his MB512 as well. 1.2 seconds over Potomac Pot. So Simba not doing bad in the Mustang. Plenty of fuel in it, possibly too much. Who knows? So Dragon Eagle bringing in 7th at the minute. He's a fair old chunk back from the rest of the guys though. M. Farah also 25 seconds back from Dragon Eagle. KZ2. Oh, he's having a nightmare. 2.3 minutes back from M. Farah. So not having a good race is KZ2. And Durley Pipette still hanging around in the sand. I don't know why he doesn't just leave the lobby, unless, who knows what's happened to him. So F124 now got 12 seconds over VLX Bobby. We did just see Dark Ralph spinning off the track at the carousel, so that gave VLX Bobby the run. He's now got almost 3.5 seconds on, oh, we just see him go wide there. So he's got 3.5 seconds over Dark Ralph. That time will come down now. 2.5. So keep it on track, Bob. It's looking a bit twitchy, Bobby. So Dark Ralph only 1.4 back from him now. Potter McPot now into 4th place, getting past MB512. We're only 15 seconds back from Dark Ralph. You just see him coming up the back straight there in the background. So tight battle for second at the minute. It was a good battle for first between F124 and Dark Ralph, but Dark Ralph having a bit of a moment, spinning out on the carousel. He's looking to get the run down here, Dark Ralph. He's pulled out, gone for the inside line. He's got it into the Castrals. Bobby's outbraked himself. Unfortunate for him. So they are missing out the Mercedes arena. They go straight from the Castrol S into the RTL corners. So missing out the first tight right into the left of the Mercedes arena. It is an option on this track. So just over halfway, just under halfway through this this race now. F124 having a good race, 15 seconds over Dark Ralph. Half a tank of fuel, nothing to worry about for him at the minute. So VLX Bobby losing a lot of time to Dart there. Now 5 seconds back. That'll give Potter McPot a bit of a look. Now only 11.5 seconds back from him. He has got MB512 ride on him still though. He's not letting it go, MB512. Slightly more tyre wear. So both on the racing softs. Obviously MB512 pushing it maybe a bit harder. Oh, Dragon Eagle's only in 7th, mate. He's not having the best of races. He's a few seconds back. Nearly a minute back from Simba. 1 minute 39 seconds back from first place. So not the best race from him. But I do like his liveried car. So nearly 16-second gap now then for F124. Dark Ralph out on his own. Most of the guys out on their own now. It is a long track, this one. It's probably close to 15 miles with the GP track as well. So MB512 has got past Potter McPot. And gained some time on him as well. So it looks like Potter McPot's mistake there, costing him a place. Not a lot to worry about from behind. Simba's 8 seconds back. Dragon Eagle nearly a minute back from Simba. Emperor 24 seconds behind Dragon Eagle. And KZ2 Haas 2 minutes back now. So having an absolute nightmare of a race. Possibly had to pit a couple of times if he's hit the wall, I was going to say. So if he's caused too much damage to a car, he will have to throw himself in the pits. Otherwise it won't steer right, it won't accelerate or brake correctly, it won't change gear at the right time. It becomes a bit of a nightmare, but it does cost you a lot of time in the pits. So I will flick through to Durley Pipette, but I do believe he's probably still sitting in the grass. There you go. I will give him some coverage, even though he's not even doing anything. So lost a second now. F124, 14.5 seconds. It was 15.5 seconds last time we looked. VLX Bobby losing a bit more time to Dark Ralph as well. 7.7, 7.8 seconds now. Nearly 10 seconds between VLX Bobby and MB512. Potter losing more time to MV512 as well. So 7.2 seconds back for Potter. Again, big gaps developing during this race. 8.5 seconds between Potter and Simba. A minute between Simba and Dragon Eagle. 3 minutes between Dragon Eagle and KZ Haas. And I'm not even going to look at Durley Pipette anymore. So no action to report on at the minute, peeps. It's all quite spread out. All the guys just racing out on their own at the minute. So I will just chat about the charity event we've been on about. I'm just going to pull some information up about it. Foundation KIKA. So I'm just going to read you the narrative on the front page of the KIKA Foundation page. It says every year more than 550 children in the Netherlands develop cancer. At this moment 75% of these children are cured, but sadly 1 in 4 still die from the disease. Cancer is the #1 cause of death by disease in children. We have to do better, and we can do better. Our goal is to raise the percentage of cured children to 95%. Great. So what does KIKA do? It says KIKA is the only charity in the Netherlands that funds research on all forms of children's cancer, childhood cancer. KIKA raises funds for innovative research and other activities in the field of childhood cancer, aimed at less pain, more cure, and a better quality of life. Furthermore, KIKA focuses on education on childhood cancer. So they do run at the Princess Maxima Centre. That's the place they run. Until recently, research and treatment were carried out at several university hospitals. Due to this fragmented approach, it was difficult to gain experience and train specialists. Now, care and research for all childhood cancer patients in the Netherlands are concentrated within one centre, the Princess Maxima Centre for Paediatric Oncology. Great, that's what we want. So that's what the race is all about. There will be links in the description to the KIKA page. Let me just flick through to Dragon Eagle, because this is the charity we're talking about. So it's a Dutch children's cancer charity. We are holding a 6-hour charity race. I say race in inverted commas. We don't think the servers are going to hold out for a 6-hour race, so we're going to stick it on as a 6-hour qualification, so people can come and go as they please. And if they do get kicked out, it it doesn't mean the lobbies are empty. People can rejoin, that sort of thing. It is being run across GT Sport and Project Cars 2. There are 4 sim racing groups involved in this. So we've got ourselves, MRC, we've got NXTGEN, who I'm commentating for tonight. We've got WR Racing from Holland and DC Racing from Holland as well. All the guys are going to set up lobbies. I think there's possibly 8 to 9, maybe 10 lobbies being set up. I couldn't tell you. I think it's going to be quite big. And yeah, we're going to stick this 6-hour race on, all for this charity. It's a pay-to-play event, so if you want to race, you pay your €5 to the charity, you're in. If you don't want to race, just pay your €5 anyway, damn it. Alright, the kids need it. I've already donated. I've got my livery for my car. I will be commentating. Myself and Potter McPot will be commentating over the race for 6 hours, I hope. Hopefully we don't get on each other's nerves so much that we end up having a fight. That shouldn't happen. You never know though. It might be a bit more entertainment for you guys. So into the second round of pit stops at the minute in this race. We see F124 in. So he's getting his last glug of fuel. Let's see whether that lasts into the end of the race. Some out on the softs. Nearly 17 seconds over Dark Ralph. We'll see the times all flick round in a minute. When the guys come in the pits, it does throw the timings all out. So Potter McPot stopping out. He's up into second now. He's got Felix Bobby right behind him. So I may have missed a bit of action while I was reading that bump from the KIKA page, but the KIKA page is a little bit more important than knowing which positions people are in, I think. So sorry peeps, but charity comes first. So Potter McPot up into second is actually holding fastest lap as well with an 8:27.2. So he must have had his last third lap was a good lap. He did get 8:24 on his second lap though, must have been holding a penalty for that one not to count. So F24 just been in the pits, so he's got fresh tyres and a full tank. We'll have to see. Oh, just see VLX Bobby running really wide there. Potter McPot holding 0.5 of a second, not too bad. We'll see how he can do against F124. So Joe Winner just joining the room now, but unfortunately he's a bit late for the race. He was racing 2 weeks ago when I commentated 2 weeks ago. So the gap's staying consistent between F124 and Potter, 12.8 seconds at the minute. Bobby losing a bit of time to Potter, down to 3.7 seconds now. Dart Ralph all over the back of Bobby as well. So I think Dart Ralph's been in for fresh rubber and more fuel, and Bobby's still out on the 2 lap old tyres. They will get devastated around here. It is a long lap round the Nordschleife. Holding a 1.5 second penalty as well, VLX Bobby. He's got to be careful. Dart Ralph's not that far behind him. So Potter McPot losing a little bit of time to F124. See whether he comes in at the end of this lap. Might try and stick it out though. I would have thought so with those tyres. So Simba not doing bad in 5th. I think he's a random driver, just turned up in this lobby. Mustang looking reasonably stable. Not a car I'd choose myself. MB 512 in 6 at the minute, 9.4 seconds back from Simba. Has just been in the pits though. Dragon Eagle 1 minute 16 back from MB 512, sorry. Just see him getting airborne there a little bit. So that is the KIKA logo of the charity we're doing the event for. Like I say, there will be links in description, so make sure you go and check them out, give them a donate. Mention the NXTGEN or the MRC or the charity event, and hopefully on the day we can get a list of people who've donated so far and give them a bit of a readout online over the stream. So stick your money in, you'll get a shout out on the 6-hour live stream, I hope, if we can get the list. So we'll jump back up to F124. Still 13.2, so not doing too bad. Potter McPot's only losing a little bit of time, even though he's on 2 lap older tyres. So VLX still holding his penalty. Gap staying pretty consistent between him and Dart Ralph and Potter McPot as well. So Simba closing the gap a little bit on Dart Ralph. NB512 7.2 back. So we'll see if NB512 can close that gap back up to Simba. It's looking good at the minute. 7.2, 7.1. So still holding 15 seconds over Potter. So it's looking like Potter McPot and VLX Bobby might try and stay out for one last lap. With 7 minutes remaining, that's all they're going to get in. So gaining a bit more time on Dart Ralph as VLX Bobby, up to 4.2 now. So Dart Ralph must have had a bit of a moment in one of the corners, lost himself 2 seconds. We just catch him going wide there as well. And again, as I say, this is a very difficult track. If you don't know the corners or get it offline at speed, it's you've almost got to set yourself up for corners 2 or 3 in advance to get the right line in, the right speed, etc. Once you're out of the groove, it's very difficult to get back into it. So unfortunate for Dart Ralph there. So gained a little bit more time now, 15.8 over Potter McPot as F124. Plenty of fuel left, plenty of tyres left. Oh, if he keeps on having moments like that, that won't benefit him though. Potter McPot will definitely take advantage of things like that. So a little bit more time gained over VLX Bobby for Potter. It's looking a bit loose is the Porsche. His tyres are pretty worn out though. So we'll have to see whether he dives in the pits. He might not with 1 lap to go. Dart Ralph has closed that gap a little bit. The gap is coming down this back straight. .4 now for Dart Ralph between him and VLX Bobby. 4.0. Down to 3.8 now. So Bobby's staying out. So we'll just keep our eye on Simba, see whether he decides to come in the pits. And he has. NB512 will be staying out. So Simba pitting due to lack of fuel. Dragon Eagle got front end damage, that slowed his race right down. I can hear him not driving anywhere near as fast as it should be going, that thing. So KZ2 Haas, I will give him some coverage. He has had a bit of a nightmare of a race. He's 4 minutes and 8 seconds back from Dragon Eagle. 6 minutes back from P1. He is just a random driver that's turned up in this lobby, so he obviously doesn't know this track very well, or maybe doesn't get on with the car. Maybe a bit of both. And Dirty Pipette, I assume, is still rolling around on the sand. Here we go. Interesting. Potter McPot still holding the fastest lap with an 8:23. But F124 has extended that gap to nearly 20 seconds now. It is 20 seconds. So the tyres of Potter McPot must be causing him problems. A little more lift and coast than Potter would like. We'll see if F124 can keep it clean on this last lap. keep Potter at bay. So Potter has 8 seconds between him and VLX Bobby, nothing to worry about there. But Darth Ralph has caught right back up onto the back of VLX Bobby. And Bobby is still holding a bit of a penalty, so he's got to watch it. Darth Ralph looking to get the move done up the hill. Oh, keep it clean, boys. It's a difficult corner. Yeah, I knew something like that would happen. You can't get too wide around there. So Darth Ralph really should have relinquished the place, not knowing he's not going to make that corner. And VLX Bobby taking advantage of that. Having the inside line, he was always going to make the corner easier than Darth Ralph. Let's put him 4 seconds back now, and within the sights of MB512. He's also only 4 seconds back. So Darth Ralph spinning off there again. And MB512 taking advantage, moving up into 4th. 7 seconds back from VLX Bobby. So as long as Bobby can keep it on track, he should keep that 3rd place. Let's drop that penalty a little bit, only 0.3 of a second now. So the gap extended between Potter and F124, 23 seconds now. F124 on 2-lap newer tyres, so that's going to benefit him. That's a good view. So Potter under no pressure now from VLX Bobby. VLX Bobby has got a 5 second gap between him and MB512. Darth Ralph after his spin, losing a place to MB512. He's now 9 seconds back, nearly 10 seconds back from him. 13.5 seconds back to Simba. He's holding the 1 second penalty, but nothing to worry about from behind. So Dragon Eagle, I don't know what's happening here. The KIKA logo of Dragon Eagles there. So he might be watching the stream and just showing off the car, I don't know. That would be nice. It's a shame he's gone into ghost mode now though. So we'll just jump back up to the front guy. So nearly 25 seconds now. F124's got over Potter. As we go through what's commonly known as YouTube corner. These are the corners you always see on the YouTube videos of people crashing or drifting. So I'll just scroll through the order quickly. So MB512 has caught up to the back of VLX Bobby. So we'll just keep our eye on this. So just keep it clean, Bobby, and you should keep that 3rd place. Oh, he's getting it a bit wrong there, hitting the grass. So MB512 right on the back of him now, kicking up the dust. Oh, Bobby drifting it around there. Backhand on that Porsche, real loose now. Tyres properly worn out. MB512 doing everything he can to get around VLX Bobby. Oh, you see Bobby getting it a bit wide there. Wheel on the grass. That's give MB512 the look down the inside. Unfortunate for Bobby, he was doing well there to hold him off. So KZ2 Haas has finished the race at the minute due to the time ticking over the 40-minute limit. So again, Bobby drifting that Porsche. We'll just flick up to the front guys as they cross the line. So we watch F124 now coming around the last couple of corners. Don't be like that, Dragon Eagle. This is a great track. So we see F124 avoiding the cones. Is he going to rip the handbrake as he comes across the line? Nope. So currently holding an 8:15 fastest lap as well on that last lap. So good driving from F124 there. Taking the win. Had a good battle with Dark Ralph at the start, and then a good battle with Potter McPot. We see Potter McPot coming across the line. Lucky on his fuel. Aiming for the cone, going for the handbrake. So MB512 coming across the line in third place. VLX Bobby bringing up fourth. So unfortunate to lose that place, Bob, in the last lap. Your tyres weren't doing you any favours there, my friend. So we see Dark Ralph come across the line in fifth. Simba in sixth. And Dragon Eagle's parked it up. So Dragon Eagle not liking this track. F124 Fraser's just popped up on the stream saying very sweaty after that. I can imagine. I get a bit like that myself, mate, when the races are happening. So good bit of driving from the guys. I'll just run through the order. So F124 in first, Potter McPot in second, MB512 in third, VLX Bobby in fourth, Dark Ralph in fifth, Simba 2009 in sixth, Dragon Eagle 81 in seventh, KZ2 Haas in eighth, and Durley Pipette, whatever he was doing, bringing up the rear in ninth. So this is pretty much what Durley Pipette has done all race. He just does a bit of that. You can see his lines, and then he stops about there, and then he goes forward again. So interesting. Don't know what's going on with Durley Pipette. Maybe just sat it out. Who knows? So good driving from F124 YS there. So this is round 3 of the Next Gen VLN series. This is a homage to the VLN race that they hold at the Nordschleife. It's usually GT3 and GT4 cars, or GR3 and GR4 cars in this case. But not many in the lobby tonight, so they made it GR3 onlys. And yeah, good race. Started off with a full lobby, had a few guys drop out. Always a shame. Always makes for better racing when there's more people in the lobby. So I am just going to jump out of this now. So let's just congratulate the guys for a bit of a good race. F124, Potter McPot, not Dragon Eagle, VLX Bobby. So they can all have that. Was a good race. So that's it. Another round done. I am going to stay online for a little bit more and just flick over to my car. I started the stream with it. I'm going to end the stream with it. We have looked at Dragon Eagle's KIKA car. So I'm just going to flick through and show you mine now. It's more for advertising and promotion of the event than my skills at livery making, I'll tell you that now. See, I've even pressed the wrong button. So this is what I've put together. I'm driving the GR4 Nissan. I am affiliated with Team Caterpillar this year, that's why it's got Caterpillar all over it, and the Diggers. But you will see the bright orange logo of the KIKA charity there. This is the foundation we've been talking about throughout the race. Charity event coming up, 6-hour charity event on the 3rd of August. Starts at 5 PM. I will be live streaming on that channel right there, darksmoka on YouTube. So there will be lobbies open from the MRC, from NXT GEN Racing, from WR Racing and DC Racing as well. They will be held over the GT Sport game and Project Cars 2 game as well, so lots of options. There might even be iRacing lobbies, I don't know, but you'll have to see about that. So yeah, the KIKA logo down the side, it's got all the hands, that's you can see the hands on the KIKA logo there. So I've taken those and smashed those all down the side. The Diggers are for the children, obviously not for me before you start. 3rd of August for the race, that's right, Dragon Eagle. Is it mixed class? I think it is, Fraser, yeah. So I don't think there's any tyre and fuel wear on that 6-hour event. Not that I know of anyway. I think it's more of a not a competitive thing, it's just for charity. So if you win the race, you win the race, happy days, but it's all about the charity, mate. So yeah, that's what I've put together for this season's GTTCC race, obviously with the KIKA logos down the side. I did say to the guys that even though I'm not racing in the KIKA event, I will put their logo all over my car for promotion. So I hope you like it. I'm about to end the stream, guys, so the track, Fraser, is it's the Le Mans 24-hour track, so 6 hours around that if you can hack it. Like I say, I don't know if it's I don't think it's tyre wear and fuel. It's just an endurance race, and it's almost going to be how many laps you do as opposed to beating people, being as it's going to be set up in a qualification lobby rather than a race lobby. Like I say, if people start getting kicked out of a race, they can't rejoin, whereas for the charity event, if they get kicked out of a qualification lobby, they can rejoin that lobby and still race. So yes, Fraser, I can. I'm surprised if you have a look on NXT GEN pages, mate. I'm sure there's not a NXT GEN page already up with the KIKA event already on it. Tag Mark Sykes in a post, and I'm sure he'll get back to you or point you in the right direction. I'm sure he's put posts up already for the event, mate. But if you don't have any luck, give me a shout, I'll send you some. So that's it, people. That's another round done. I will be back on Wednesday for the NXT GEN versus MRC team versus team race. That is also at this track we've just raced tonight, so the Nordschleife 24-hour with the GP track as well. So 50 minutes around that. Fuel and tyre wear is on that one. A lot of the guys not looking forward to it, but like I say, if you don't get the timing on this track, it's very difficult to know the course. It is a bit long to sort of dive in without knowing it. You won't stand a chance. As you saw in that race, we had a couple of people there sort of 6 minutes back. Again, if you don't know the track, you need to know every lump and bump and every curb. And if you don't, what do you mean you're sick Wednesday, Dragon Eagle? You can't be sick just because you know it's the Nordschleife. Come on now, you need more laps. So yes, keep yourself locked in. The team versus team race is on Wednesday, and then I'm commentating over the P1 Race Community Super Formula race on Thursdays. That's at 9 o'clock. The team versus team on Wednesdays is 9 o'clock also. And then back for round 4 of the VLN on Sunday. 2 weeks time, it will be the GTTCC races, so that's GR4 class. 5-week leagues, 2 races a night. quali as well with reverse grid. So a bit late if you want to join that now. All the teams and everything's been sorted out. But if you get yourself on the MRC page or the Mature Racing Club page, and give Dennis Shure a shout, he'll hook you up and get you in for next time, I'm sure. So that's it, peeps. That's the stream over for another night. I hope you've enjoyed it. Click that like button, subscribe if you want to see more, and if I don't see you before, I'll see you Wednesday. My name's Darksmoka. I'm out of here. What's going on? It won't let me leave. It won't let me leave.